Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium, home to the North Carolina State Wolfpack, and the fans here on this leg of Tobacco Road have been getting ready since early this morning. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see the number 18 team in the country, the Bowling Green Falcons, taking on a team from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Bowling Green Falcons offense takes the field to start this game off. And here he comes. This offense is built completely around the talents of this running back, a rare commodity in today's game, and all eyes are on him.
And the defense knows it too. You know every single snap, this defense is going to be keying on this running back, knowing that he is the key to the offense's success.
Find some space, enough to get 5 to the 22. The Falcons in the hurry up. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? But if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for room, it's Jennings. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. They'll try to snap it quickly. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the grab down the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. From the gun, to give, looking for room.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chance, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. All by himself down the middle. Touchdown, Falcons! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Wolfpack offense comes out, and they'll go on the attack for the first time today. And it won't be easy to throw the ball down the field today, David, because both of these teams have lockdown corners.
I mean, these guys shut down half of the field. Playmaking cornerbacks that really can play man-to-man and lock down the best guys on the other side.
Yeah, if I'm a quarterback in this game, I'm taking it. If I'm thrown towards one of these two dudes, because you're just asking to get picked off.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, him and making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Fires to the right. And that ball is picked off.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
They'll leave it with him. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. It'll be a 1st down as he gets it to the 24-yard line. He now has 79 yards on the ground in the 1st quarter. What a tremendous start to this season. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. That 1st down was rather unproductive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down from the 16. On the ground, it's Jennings. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. Make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Falcons will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. The fair catch called for and made. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing. And the incomplete
completion brings up a second down for this offense.
Slant.
Out of the gun to give to the back. At midfield, he's got room. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
How about the left side of the line getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, make a big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. I mean, they showed no indication that they could stop it.
I like to go back to it and hurry up. Get to the line of scrimmage quick, run it again.
Ready, ready.
Offense gets set for second down.
Spider. Razor. Razor. Bang.
They'll run the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. Oh, the fumble on the defense got it. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
First game of the year, you're always worried about turnovers, right? And this guy has the ultimate nightmare on his first touch of the year. Puts the ball on the ground. He's got to be able to flush that out now. You got to get ready to go play the next play.
Last. Alert. Alert.
Give to the back. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. The Falcons racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Cut it. Cut it.
From the gun. Give on the inside. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
Ready.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, first and 10.
Get set. Get set.
Defense looks as if it's coming. Looking for room, it's Jennings. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. Didn't get much on first down, it's second and 9.
Ringo. Ringo.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. And the Falcons send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll see where the officials spot it, but they certainly gave them no opportunity for a return. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse, but move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
The option look. Now the toss. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Ready.
Trying to pick up a first down.
Come on. Set.
Looking downfield is Hendricks. Throwing right. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. I don't know if this is the time for this type of risk. Offense going for it inside its own 40.
Flare. Flare. Dino. Dino.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Moving away from pressure. Oh, what a grab by the defense. He'll try to take it back. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Looking for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. That's the end of the quarter, and Bowling Green has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Really tough on offense. 3rd and long. It's tough to know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that 1st down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Handoff from the gun. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the 1st down. Got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it well.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. He's got his man. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
Here's the handoff. And the ball's free in the backfield. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? Looking left. And it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there.
He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or 2.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
He'll pull it down. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Wants to throw. It's Hendricks. Got his man quickly. At the 45 on his way. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Finds his man. It's Hawkins. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Wolfpack will get the 1st down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
Let's go. And go. Ready.
The give to the back. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
1st and goal now as NC State tries to find a way to score. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. 2nd and goal coming up.
Cricket. Lasso. Set,
A
go.
little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
On the double.
And the D deny them on 2nd and goal.
Get set. Ready.
Back to throw, it's Hendricks. He caught it. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Wide out in motion. Well, jet sweep pass. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1.
Okay, ready.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult.
Immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. Just it makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
The give from the gun. Finds a crevice and picks up 5 out to the 8. The Falcons want to crank the tempo. Off play action. Right down the middle. Makes a connection. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The official. But the offense won't need it. They'll decline that and keep the big play. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break.
Maybe that stop shows this defense is tightening up, especially in the run game. The offense, frankly, they've been able to do whatever they want to do. They're just handing the ball off. This guy's having success left and right. No, sir, no.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
On the run, it's Jennings. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Once you get in triple digits, that's a good day for a running back. That's it right there. 100 on the dot. He's had a really nice day. Showed you patience, showed you physicality, showed you a little bit of everything on his way to 100 yards.
Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it, floating down toward the earth. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
The incompletion on first down leaves them with 2nd and 10 from the 43. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Rolls it in. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Now on the option. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Looking to go up top on first down. He'll throw it. It's complete to the left. And he's down right there. Picked up a few, but still some work to do to get a first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. To the air, it's Hendricks. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. NC State quick to the line. He's looking to throw. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. Trailed a little bit in the first half. Stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And he puts through the extra point. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the returner is stopped. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll go to the ground. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone to take a deep breath and digest what we just saw in Raleigh. And a compelling first half for a variety of reasons. Yes, there's a substantial lead to talk about, but I think it all starts with this defense that has more than made its share of big plays. If things keep trending in this direction, you can bet a ton of those backs and receivers are going to spend a lot of time in ice baths before the end of the day. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas in Carter Finley Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Falcons will kick it off to start the second half. He'll call for the fair catch here. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one. They can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Scoops it up. Still a live ball.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling. You're doing whatever you can to get there, as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Buys a little time with his feet. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. He's got it looking for a big return. And the returner will be knocked down. Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. And then a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing.
Going for it all. Touchdown, BG. They take the lead with the 6.
And it took a minute, but the passing attack now on board. The first passing touchdown of the season, and it took to the second half. But I'll tell you what, this offense will find its rhythm. They'll grow. They'll get better throughout the season. And this is going to be a hard passing attack to stop.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Fires to the tight end.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
Trying play action. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Going downfield for the big play. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He's got it. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And they've moved their way down, but still they need 2 more yards. Can they bang it in with the running game on 3rd down? They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play. That was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on third down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
It is perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Minnesota looked less like a pack of Gophers and more like a group of road warriors in a solid victory. This team almost always plays tough in front of its home fans, and today they found a way outside of Huntington Bank Stadium.
On the option.
The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other. Licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. The throw. He's got his man across the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks. After the catch.
Sit back in zone. I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass.
And the ball is intercepted. Trying to take it back. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Bowling Green. How about that D coming up with a play like that? The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense... making the interception, and you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, bro.
North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball.
He lets one fly deep. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll run play action. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They can really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
And this defense is smelling blood right now. Like, they know they got him right where they want him. Got him in a third down and long. They got to lead by 3 possessions. Everything is going their way. This offense is in trouble.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great team...
He's loose on the right. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. And the stomping has commenced.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Using the quick game. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Facing a third down and short from the 26. They'll try to get it through the air. Makes the grab over the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
So after the first down run, here's second down. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Quick pass on the fly motion. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Okay, ready?
That's the end of the quarter, and Bowling Green has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. And here comes play number 6 of the drive.
22 Spider.
He's looking for a man on second down. He's going up top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Now facing a third and long. They'll try to get outside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative. Whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming in.
They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. Short fields make successful offenses just what they want here. Power football with the run. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Cricket.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And they knocked him down almost immediately. Big first down sack for the defense. Brings up second down. The play action fake. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long.
Flip it, flip it.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Falcons decide to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline, so let's just see if that...
He's taking the shot. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
On the double.
Let's see what they've got on second down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment.
Gorilla.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Trying to escape and get it himself. No fear from this freshman quarterback as he picks up the first down himself. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Cut it, cut it.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Takes it the other way. The 50. Inside the 30. The 10. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, BG.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this.
Defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Quick strike complete.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
Ringo, Ringo. Carrier. Arrow, arrow.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. This one's complete. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
Ready, break.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
They want to just keep throwing it. Buys a little time. They get enough rush, and it pays off.
You've got to love what you're seeing if you're the head coach of this team, because your defense is simply not resting on their laurels, and they're playing until there's zeros on the clock. They've got a massive lead. We're late in the fourth quarter, and they're still getting sacks.
Okay.
Didn't help themselves much on first down. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 20. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking to throw on second down. He's going to take off. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
On the set.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down.
Easy.
From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Trying to find his man on first down. Fires to the wideout. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning.
Jackrabbit.
He's looking to throw. Get it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. They're working that left side. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Looking to pass on second down. How about that nice run from this junior quarterback? Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
691, Gators Spark.
Was to pass. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the...
Unleashes one deep. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good.
I know a lot of people are scratching their heads why they try to kick that field goal. You're in the fourth quarter. You're down a boatload of points. A field goal isn't going to do it. If you want to win this game, you need touchdowns. I would anticipate for every possession they get from here on out, man, you've got to be way more aggressive.
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work.
Spider.
They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the fourth quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they're able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football, man. This has been impressive.
They'll run it from the gun. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Well, they say you win a few, you lose a few, and some get rained out. It would have been good for this team if this one had gotten rained out because they lost badly.
Yeah, not a lot to be too proud about. And